What's happening, ninjas? Gonna give this just a couple minutes. I did go ahead and post this on a couple sites. And since I'm going live with this one, I want to just make sure that I got enough people that are interested that can come on. And at any time you want, drop some comments on the site. I don't know if I'll be able to see it in real time. I think I will, but anyway, drop some comments. If you are coming on for the first time and you haven't, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're on my Facebook group, just drop me a comment that you're not on there and I'll send you a link. Also, when this is done, make sure to smash the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, then don't. But if you like it, hit the like button. This helps the Ninjas channel grow with the Google algorithm gods. Guys, YouTube, man, the more likes you get, the more your stuff gets out there. And because I built this channel as a realtor to you realtors, I want to make sure realtors have advantage to take a look at my content. Not because I'm arrogant, but guys, I've got stuff, hundreds of videos. Some of it's free lead generation, right? And work very hard to get that out there for you guys. Pardon me if you hear me coughing. I'm getting over a cold over the weekend. So we are going to jump into some stuff today. Guys, I'm so excited right now. Hey, Aaron, what's up? What's up? I'm excited to share this with you. Let's talk, as we're building an audience, let's talk about what this training that I'm going to do is and what it's not. If you're a realtor, and drop me some comments. I want to know where you're at. If you're struggling this year, 2021, coming out of 2020, if you haven't hit your goals, if you're like I used to be, and that's where you're on YouTube and you're on Facebook, and every time some kind of real estate guru pops up and has this new thing that if you do this, you're going to get that. Are you that agent? Right? I've been there. Like, we're buying everything, trying to see if there's a magic pill. And I've come to the knowledge that there's really not a magic pill, but there are good systems and there's some crappy ones, right? And really when it comes down to it, for you, an agent, it's just consistency. Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen, brothers? Drop me an amen comment on here, man. Hey, listen, the preacher always says if he gets lots of amens, it pulls it out of him, right? So this is for you if you've struggled. If maybe you're doing some deals and you're making some okay money, but you really want to take it to the next level, what this really isn't, if you are crushing it, I'm talking about 30 or 40 deals, hang around, take a listen to my strategy, but it might be something that goes cross-grained to where you're at because you're already doing it, right? You're crushing it. But without further ado, let's jump into the strategy, and I'm going to let you know that I'm talking Fizbo listings, but you can do expireds, canceled withdrawals. But what you're going to do is you're going to set yourself up for success. Now, guys, let me put a disclaimer. Even though I'm going to teach you a killer strategy today, and if you take action and do what I'm going to tell you, very minimal time, very minimal money out of your pocket, but consistency, you are going to get results. If you do this for a week or two or three and you're like, F it, I'm going to go back to doing open houses, you're not going to make it, right? So be consistent. If you like what you hear, implement this. Come back to this video in about 3 months and tell me what this has done for you. All right? So let's get started. You can implement this strategy really for any homeowner, but I really like to go after FSBOs. This year, although I am a realtor. I have several real estate businesses that provide me with a good income. So I don't have to list today to live next month. I've been fortunate. I've taken advantage of some things within my own brokerage. So I'm loving life right now, right? But I know a lot of agents are working part-time gigs and full-time gigs and trying to do real estate. This, if you are that agent, will set you free. So let's talk a little bit about this strategy. It comes down to offering something of value to a potential homeowner. In this case, Fizbo. Remember, you can use this strategy for anything, any homeowner. But for Fizbos, there is a mindset. Right? There's a mindset why they're not using you. And I think you guys could probably drop some comments and tell me, matter of fact, let's do this. There's 9 of you live right now. Drop me some comments. Tell me why you think a Fizbo doesn't want to use you. Like if you called one and they're like pissy with you on the phone, why do they not like you or they don't want to use you to sell their home? Drop some comments below. I'll wait while I take a drink. Come on, guys, drop me a comment. Put something on the comment. Why do you think a Fizbo is going to go ahead and try to sell it on his own or her own or their own, and they're not going to call you to list their home? Why do you think? Right? Yes, Brenda, you are so correct. Let me show you something real quick. I did a quick Google, And I'm going to go full screen now. There we go. So I took a look at this, and I just simply Googled, why do Fizbos not want a realtor? I already knew this. I'm just doing some fact checking. And this is one of the number one comments that shows up on the first page of Google. The reason most people sell their homes without a realtor is to save money on commission. Talking to an agent, so we won't go any farther than that, but let's do this. If they are not wanting to use you because they want to save money, you are now faced with several dilemmas. You either have to continue reaching out to them with a lot of direct mail, some emails, whatever you use to get in their face. Cold calling, that's real fun to a Fizbo. If you tried that lately. Now I know a lot of guys crush it, but I don't like to cold call. I like them calling me because they're like, okay, tell me about this offer. Just this year, backtracking, I've done over $60,000 in commissions just off of Fizbos, and I wasn't even doing this program full time. I wasn't playing with it, but guys, I'm building a YouTube channel. I've got a team of agents that I mentor. I'm a mentor within my organization, so I've got people that I mentor. So I've got a lot of stuff going on with my intellectual properties, my real estate businesses. If I were a full-time agent, I would probably be six figures just with Fizbos using this approach. So without further ado, let's get into it and talk about how you can crush it by getting 5 Fizbos. Now, who are these 5 Fizbos? Not all of the Fizbos you talk to are going to qualify for the program I'm going to share with. Here's why. I typically try to stay away from this approach with anybody in a 55 plus community that's selling, because I'm looking for a specific Fizbo. What is that Fizbo? A Fizbo who is selling and buying another house. They're either buying a larger house or a smaller home. Typically, I'm looking for Fizbos that are under the age of 45 because they're still thinking, we need to get a bigger home. I want them to do that. That's my target market. And yes, you can figure that out just with some simple research to figure out how to get to those guys. And we're going to get into that in just a minute. But that's my target. Fizbos that are going to be selling and buying another home, right? So this principle we're going to get into is how you are going to find them, make them an offer. Now, the offer you're going to make them, which I'm going to tell you in a minute, you're going to probably go, oh, God, I don't want to do that. Whoa, wait. I've done that this year extremely part-time and made over 60 grand. I made $20,000 on one Fizbo by doing this. And they called me. Matter of fact, all of the deals I've done with Fizbos this year, I never called them. They called me, right? So I've got proof in the pudding. One of the other guys on my team, all he does is market to Fizbos. Now, he doesn't do what I'm going to tell you because this strategy is for you to get cash flow. This is for you to get massive cash flow because at the end of the day, if you have cash, cash is king. Now you can start to branch out and do other advertising, do other things, right? So I've got a guy on my team that's done this specifically to Fizbos. He's done $9 million in sales just to Fizbos, nothing else, in a year and a half, over $250,000 in GCI, and he spent maybe $3,000 max marketing to them, right? So I know it works. He's consistent. The longest time that he went, Steve Angeline on our team, without getting a listing was 5 months. How many of you would have done this if you didn't get a list? You didn't get a listing for 5 months. I dare say a lot of you would be like, I'm done. I'm out of here, right? Remember at the beginning, 8 minutes ago, consistency, right? All right, let's get into how this is going to work. Now, I am asking you to have an open mind. If you don't like this, go ahead and kick out now because I don't want to justify this because I know it works. I'm trying to get this into your head that it's not ultimately about the commission you charge on the Fizbo's home. It's about the total commission, okay? So what I want you to do is I want you to give them such a compelling offer to list with you that it doesn't make sense for them to continue. Remember a minute ago, we showed you on Google right here why they don't want to list with you is they want to save money. Well, we know statistically, Fizbos typically sell their home for less than a home that's listed by a realtor. So you need to have a passion that you're going to save them, right? You need to be thinking, I'm going to save them from making a disastrous mistake. So let me share my screen. Let's get into it. Here is the strategy, guys. First, when you reach out, and let me make one small change. There we go. When you reach out to these Fizbos, you got to offer them something compelling. Now, in my own personal education study with Fizbos, they are, by the most part, they're offering anywhere from 2 on the low end to 3% on the high end if you, a buyer's agent, bring them a fully qualified buyer, right? So you need to bridge the gap. If this Fizbo is thinking of listing and then buying, and this all comes out when they call you to find out what this plan is, if they are buying another home, you just scored. Because now you're going to position this program, you're going to offer this program as long as they let you become their buyer agent on the next deal. Guys, that's why you only need 5 of these a year. I mean, think about it, 365 days a year. 12 months, 30 plus days, 30 days on average per month. You only need 5 Fizbos in the next 12 months to make between $58 and $77,000 a year on 5 deals, right? So here we go. Find you a Fizbo. Find out if they're buying another house. Now, if they're not, you can still do a portion of this. We'll talk about that in a minute, but basically you just need them to respond to you, right? So the potential listing commission strategy, anything listed between 3 to 4%. So if you want to list a Fizbo let's go to the next slide. If you want to list a Fizbo, you want to sell that Fizbo. On this particular example, let's say the Fizbo is $350K. If you give them a 1% listing, so a total of 3%, 1% to you and 2% to a buyer's agent. Now, don't shoot the messenger. Oh my God, that's going to be low cost. Commissions. No. Long game strategy, guys. We're talking 5 deals a year where you're going to get the listing and the buy side. So hang with me because I'm going somewhere. This dog's hunting for you, right? Now, for those of you on here, there's 14 and you're like, oh, I'll never do that. Then you kick out now because I don't want to offend you. I'm trying to get some friggin' cash into your hands, right, guys? If you notice, I'm excited because this will set you free. What happened? Let me ask you this. If I could mysteriously write you a check right now for, say, $60,000, and I said to you, Brenda, Tanika, Facebook user, Rick, Gwen, if I could give you 70,000, 58, 60,000, right now I'm going to write you a check for 60 grand. What would that do for you right now? What would that do for the next 12 months of your life with regard to your real estate? If you're doing part-time job or full-time job and real estate kind of on the side, would you be able to stop doing that other and concentrate? What about this? Would that type of income, with $60,000 coming in right now, change some of the financial issues you're having? Maybe give you some breathing room, especially coming off of 2020. That's how you need to think about this. Now, what I don't do is I don't broadcast this on the mass market. You won't go to YouTube and me do a YouTube post blasting this to everybody. I don't want people to see, well, he offers this commission structure. This is for a targeted audience. So for those of you saying, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want people to, ain't nobody going to know you do this except for those homeowners that you target, that you send your message to market, right? I love it, Brenda. Give my husband freedom. Brenda, that's why we got into this business. I did not get into real estate to work at Walmart as a door greeter. And I'm not banging, well, I guess I am kind of cutting down door greeters, but y'all know what I mean. I didn't do this to go flip burgers and serve fries. I didn't do this to pay all my dues and all of the taxes that I have to pay. And by the way, I just met with my tax guy. Y'all pray for the ninja. Oh, Jesus. Man, I think I just single-handedly paid for that bill they're trying to pass in Congress. I don't know about y'all, but man, taxes, good God almighty. But anyway, I digress. I didn't get into this business to go broke. And unfortunately, because I get dozens of calls a week from agents like, Kelly, I've seen your stuff on YouTube. I've seen you on Workplace. I need some help. And right now, I'm not having as much time to share one-on-one with agents. And it bothers me because I know that some things that you can do right now, you could make some changes and dominate. If you would be consistent and if you would change your thinking and quit doing the stupid stuff and concentrate on what is your highest dollar productivity. That's getting some closings, right? So again, you're not broadcasting this. You are not doing, oh, Sue Steinman, yes, new car. I'm looking at an F-150. This is what problem when you do live and you look at the comments. I'm looking to buy a new F-150, so I need about 65 grand because my son just bought one and I can't let him no, I'm joking. I've been wanting an F-150 loaded up for years. I just have this thing about spending that kind of money for a dadgum car. I mean, I got a brand new or 1-year-old Mazda 5 limited leather sunroof. that I lease, I pay $220 a month on that car. The thought of doing a $700 car payment just kind of hurts me, but this kind of income gives you choices. So again, you're not broadcasting, you're not sending out a EDD and postcard to everybody, you're not putting it on Facebook, you're not putting it on email blast to just everybody, right? You're not running ads on Facebook, Google, YouTube saying, hey, I'm a low class commission broker, I'm cheap. You don't want to do that. Targeted marketing. Guys, targeted marketing. You're only sending this message to a select group of people that are your perfect client. So, if they have a $350,000, and again, this is based on listing it. Now, here's the offer. Mr. Fizbo, I see that you're selling your home. Are you offering a commission to a buyer's agent to bring you a full price offer and for a buyer's agent who actually has a buyer with a pre-approval? If that Fizbo says yes, and if they say we'll give up to 3%, guys, you just won. You just won. Because now all you have to do is say, Mr. Fizbo, that's great. I don't just have one buyer. I've actually got 10. And what I'm going to do is and bear with me, guys, there's somebody calling me. Let me tell them I'm on a call. There we go. So, Mr. Fizbo, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bring one buyer. Can I bring 10 with me, right? I'm going to get the appointment. We're not going to talk commission on the phone. I'm going to get the appointment. For those of you that don't understand about bringing 10, in a nutshell, if you will, what I do to Fizbos is I offer them free buyer leads. How do I get them? Guys, I don't have time to go in this video on that. I simply, though, in layman's terms, I take the MLS, I pull that Fizbo's address into the MLS to do a search within 10 miles of his address. I look for everything active and pending. And if his home is $350K, I'm going to look for every home that's between $475 and $800K. These are people that are selling to move down. And I'm going to look for everybody listed between $175 and say $250. These are people selling and they're going to be buying a bigger home. I find the 10 best active and pendings right now. And I download those and I bring those to the Fizbo and say, this is the kind of marketing I do every day on my listings. These are your perfect buyers. Mr. Fizbo, they are actively listed right now with an agent. And what do you think they're going to do, Mr. Fizbo, when they sell their home? You got it. They're buying another home. And statistically, they're buying it within 10 miles of their existing address. That's why I pulled these leads for you, because they are statistically buying in your area. Guys, I hope you got that. If you didn't, rewind this and what I just gave you, we could have not done the whole video and gave you that. And that is one of the best strategies to get into an expired or a Fizbo, by bringing evidence of having buyers. No other agent in your area does what I just said. This is a strategy that we've developed over time. And when I get a listing, this is what I do. I go and invite all those agents with actives and pendings to my listing, and I get more views, I get more show throughs, and I get more qualified buyers. What do y'all think about that, guys, before I go any further? What do you think about that? Drop me some comments. I just got an agent asking me if I'm in the market for a new home. Love it. Yes, I am. What do y'all think about that strategy, guys? I already got a thumbs up. Man, do me a favor, guys. Go down if you're on YouTube. Click the thumbs up on this sucker. This is going to make YouTube think I'm awesome. All right, so I hope you like that strategy. That's what I'm going to do to get in the door. So, Mr. Fizbo, when I'm in there, when we talked, you said you're willing to give up to 3% to a buyer's agent. What if I told you, Mr. Fizbo, I could list your home, I could handle all of the showings, I will vet every buyer, make sure they're pre-approved, I will make sure that they don't negotiate down on your price, I will go ahead and negotiate to get at or above cost or listing, I will take care of making sure that all of the showings are done on a calendar schedule. I will handle all of the title issues. I will handle all of the appraisal issues. I will handle the inspection, because Mr. Fizbo, all of that has to be negotiated at some point. They're going to inspect your home, and if they come back and you tell this Fizbo you build value. Now, Mr. Fizbo, if you were willing to give me 3%, and I brought you 10 buyer leads, I'm going to give it to you and show you what you need to do to get that family to your home. And again, this is the strategy I use, Mr. Fizbo, once I take a listing, to get at or above ask every time, right? But Mr. Fizbo, beyond that, what if I could do all of that for you? And if you're willing to give me 3% for one buyer, what if I could drive 100 buyers in here that are the perfect buyer, getting you offers, and it still only costs you a total of 3%? Could I earn your business? And by the way, Mr. Fizbo, my listing agreements can be canceled at any time for any reason. So is there any reason why I couldn't go ahead and list your home, get you sold, and take care of all of that, put more money in your pocket, and not make you pay a dime more than what you're willing to pay me to bring a buyer today. Mr. Fizbo, can we do business? Right? Guys, that's strong. That is so dadgum strong. Now, let's talk about the 3%. Oh, but God, Kelly, 3%. I offer 2% to the buyer. Guys, this market's crazy. I'm seeing everything from 1.5% to 2.5%. And these dang listing agents are saying plus a $250 fee from your seller or your buyer or whatever, right? I'm seeing some crazy crap. I'm going somewhere with this, guys. Don't get stuck on getting 1% commission on this first deal, because this first deal is deal number 1. Remember, all you need is 5 of these Fizbos this year, and you are debt free. You have paid your bills, and you started to justify why you got into this business. Now, here's the deal. Phase 1 is listing his home. So on this particular example, if you offer him 3% or if he buys it 3.5%, at 3.5%, I give I'm only giving the buyer 2% on this first one. Why? Because I got to make something for me. So on this first one, I'm going to make $3,500 on the sale of that Fizbo if he's $350 at 1%. If I can get him to buy in at 1.5%, I mean, if I'm in this meeting and these people are freaking loving me, I'm going to go for 3.5%. Like, Mr. Fizbo, if you're willing to do 3%, what if you did 3.5% total and I handle all, right? Whatever. At 1.5% at $350, you're at $5,250. Now, flow with me, guys. This is deal number 1. Now, Mr. Fizbo, when I list your home, we got to go find your next home, right? So now you're going to be also dual. You're going to be operating as a buyer's agent for that listing. And now you're going to start this process to finding the next home. So let's go ahead and look at module number 2. Fizbo buys the next home. Commission on average are 2.5%. Say 2 to 2. Just say 2.5. Now, this $350,000 Fizbo, he's looking to buy a $495,000 home, a $495,000 home. He's looking for more square footage, maybe an HOA that has some amenities like a pool, just stuff that he wants, a guard, whatever. This Fizbo is thinking, I'm ready to move up, right? So in this strategy, I just sold his home. Remember, I just made either anywhere from $3,500 to $5,200 by offering him a freaking killer commission, right? So Mr. Fizbo buys a $495,000 home. Now this is module or part 2 to this one listing. Mr. Fizbo buys $495,000. I'm getting 2.5% when this closes. I'm now at $12,375. Before I go to the next slide, because now you're gonna do the like you're at a Pentecostal church. And I just did that to you. You're going to pass out. You're going to fall out, whatever. Wait till you see the next slide. Guys, everybody that's on there, all 15 of you. By the way, I only see 1 like. If you're on YouTube, hit me some more likes, guys. But let me ask you this. Does everybody see where I'm at right now? Drop a big yes right now on the comments. Drop yes. Do you see where I'm at? Are we cool? Because I'm getting ready to go somewhere with this. This is where you're going to change your cash flow for the next 12 months. All right, Aaron, you're right. That's freaking lights out, brother. Lights the freak out. So let's walk back before I hit the next slide, because we got to make sure we're on here. Potential listing commission between 3. You're going to list this home between 3 to 4. That means a 3%, a 3.5 to 4. Get whatever you can get. But I like to go in at 3% and just close the deal. Be done with it. At $350,000, I make $3,500. I'm cool with that, because it's not that deal that's getting me the cash flow I want. But by the way, how many of you have had months where you haven't made a friggin' dollar, right? $3,500 that month would have been a game changer. All right, Fizbo buys the next home, $495,000 on this, and it could be $350,000. They could be buying a smaller home. I don't care. I'm giving you the law of averages, statistical probability, right? So now let's see what happens. Total commission for both transactions is between $15,800 and $17,600. Guys, did you just get this? Now, I know if you're in California, this is considered like poverty money. I understand. Every market's different. In California, these numbers might be $30,000 to $50,000, right? In Florida, this is where we're at. Our average sale right now in Florida is between $300,000 and $350,000. So these numbers bear out for Florida. Go ahead and make some mental notes after we're done with the video. What is your market looking like? Oh, I just got another like. Thank you. Somebody loves me. These are coming on Facebook. If you're on YouTube, smash the like button if you can, or when we're done. All right. This right here, guys, is the strategy. 5 Fizbos. You're going to take a listing at a reduced commission, which justifies to the Fizbo why they need to work with you. Because listen, Linda, this stuff works. Not every Fizbo is going to want you anyway. Even the definition of insanity, you can hire a professional agent who will market your home to 100 times more buyers and you still want to sell it on your own. Maybe either your offer sucked, maybe you weren't presenting it the right way, they didn't understand it, because a confused mind always says no, or they just dumb. Guys, don't hang around dummies. Don't hang around buzzers. There's too many other fish in the pond, right? There's too many other eagles flying around out there. So if you go through all of this and they're still like, nah, that's okay. But don't cut communication. Stay in communication, because he might not be ready, or they might not be ready, or she might not be ready to list today, even with this deal, but they will in 30 days. And who are they going to want to list with? The one that brought the most value. What you're trying to do is get this listing in the next 30 to 40 days, but you don't want them to list with just any old agent that calls them, that's a franchise agent, cold calling them on the day of their worst frustration. And they're like, you know what? F it, come list my home, right? You don't want that. So if I don't get them to agree at 3%, which, good God Almighty, I'm going to ask to stay in communication once a week. I'm going to send them a video email. I'm going to let them know what's going on in their area. I'm going to stay in communication. Guys, this is how you win. Don't think if you have an appointment, don't get a listing, that you write them off. You ask permission to stay in communication by phone call, text, and email over the next 30 to 40 days, because this is how you win every freaking one of these. Sue, you're right. It's still money in the bank. Gwen, I'm loving those faces, man. All right, so let's go ahead now and talk shop. What is the reality of this strategy? If you do 5 FSBOs a year that actually are buying another home, guys, we're only talking 5. We're talking 1 every 2.5 months. If you do 5 a year and they purchase another home, statistically, here's what your year could look like. Remember, between 15.8 per FSBO when they buy and sell, and 17.6, here is how it looks. Do this 5 times a year. $80,000 to $88,000 a year on 5 FSBOs. Now, do y'all think this is total BS? Do you think, oh, wow, in a perfect world? Do y'all think that? Or did I just give you a weapon that you literally can go spank dog any FSBO out there and get a listing? Like, literally drop this on them. And if you're halfway decent as a salesperson and you're not in their face and you're not trying to pressure them, but you're giving them wisdom, we call this ninja strategy, Jedi level tactics. Hey, you will list with me? Guys, do you think you could do this? Yes or no? Yes or no? I want to know. Drop me a yes or no. Do you think you could do this? And would you like $79,000 to $88,000 a year? If so, initiate this one simple strategy. Now, let's talk about how you're going to find all this stuff, right? Here's how you're going to find it. I'm going to share with you exactly what I use. You use whatever you want. Y'all understand, if you follow me long enough, I do not cold call. I use direct mail. And I'm going to show you an example of a direct mail card that I send out that gets them to call me. I'm going to show you an example of it. So if you don't use what I use, for God's sake, go somewhere and find a card company that you can use, because you need to email these people. You need to call them. I mean, there's so much you need to do to get in their face, right? And I'm going to share with you a backstage pass of what I use, right? First of all, I use a company called My Plus Leads, right? And what I do with and I pay $59 a month for FSBOs expires. I just added pre-foreclosures, not talking about those guys today. But for FSBOs, I can log in every day and get my new leads. But watch this. If I click FSBOs and I go back 14 days, let's go back 30 days. Here's how many people in 1 month. Let me drop all the way to the bottom. 42 FSBOs in 1 month. Now, why is it important? I've got, look, 1 email, 2 email, 3, 4 email, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 emails with 22 leads, right? Plus I have the address and I have the phone. And if they're on the do not call list, I know it right there. If they're not on it, then I've got it. So what am I going to do with this data? Oh, I'm glad you asked. So what I started doing here recently, and it's working, is I'm going to go ahead and grab their name, their address, and their email. I'm going to simply go into, and I'm going to use me as an example. Once I have them, I'm going to go into my KV Core. Now, if you're watching this and you don't have KV Core, if you've got Keller Williams, Bold, whatever broker you're with, their CRM is probably going to let you do some emailing, right? So what I'm going to do, and let's just assume that Kelly Wheeler was a contact that I got, and I went ahead into my CRM and I created a contact for that person, right? So let's say Kelly's a FSBO. I'm simply going to go here to send an email. Now, guys, here's the email. Are you ready? I'm gonna even show you what the email looks like. Template's going to be FSBO 3%. There it is. So right now, it's done. Is your home still for sale? That's the subject. Let me be upfront. I am a realtor. I understand why you're selling your home without one. Here's my short and sweet offer. I want to sell your home. I will do it for a total of 3%. Now, guys, I can adjust this at will to 3.5. It doesn't matter. Do what you want to do, but offer them something that's compelling. It takes care of my side and the buyer's agent side. If you're paying a real estate agent 2 to 3% to bring a buyer, this is like hiring me for free. Guys, are you getting this? Oh my God. Matter of fact, if you're watching this, once it's done, go back to YouTube, find the 30-minute mark, pause it, and go ahead and copy this word for word if you want to take it. Right? I handle all scheduling, paperwork, negotiation, closing issues, inspection and appraisal issues, all of it. I will make sure all buyers are vetted and have pre-approval letters before they look at your home. No more tire kickers or fake offers. If you're buying another home when I sell this one and I represent you on it, I will work to get some to all of your closing fees paid. Ask me about this. Some conditions apply. If we can talk about my program, call or text me at, you can also schedule a Zoom video, Zoom with Kelly. I take into my Calendly scheduling link, schedule it right there. And if I get them to do that, I'm going to know it's a Fizbo because it's the Fizbo people, right? P.S. Now this is very important. I do not require a long-term contract. You can cancel for any reason. And then down here in smaller italics, if you're working with a realtor or a broker, please disregard this communication tip. We wish you happy selling. So guys, all I have to do is, there it is. All of it's done for me, and I send it. So if I were to have added Kelly Wheeler, me, as a new Fizbo, he just got an email, right? And it says email's on the way. Now, I don't know when that email is going to come. Let me go ahead and check. When it comes, I'll show you what it looks like on, I think I just got it. So bear with me, guys. I think I just got that email. Let me see if I can bring it over. Oh, here it is, guys. Let me show it to you. Welcome to the Ninja Mania. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So there's the email, guys. Is your home, there it is. There's my email. So imagine doing that to every Fizbo. So 40 of them come in a month. How many of these 40 do you think you can set appointments with? How many? Let's be real. How many of these can you set an appointment with? Wasn't that simple? Basically, KV Core, you go in and create and this is not going to be a drip campaign. This will be a one-off. Now, I can also do this. I set up a text. Let me see if I've got it. Fizbo number 3. Let me see if that's the one. Fizbo. There it is. So here's my here's the text. I'll send that email out now. A couple hours from now, I might send them a text. And I don't always text. Guys, check with your local rules. I'm typically not a texter. I want them responding to my direct mail. I want them responding to my emails, right? When you can, look at the email I sent about your home early. So imagine if you're a Fizbo and you haven't had time to check your emails, right? And you get this text. When you can, look at the email I sent about your home. They go and start checking their emails. And it says on the email, it says, and I think I got rid of it, are you still wanting to sell your home? If they find it, now I've gotten them both ways, right? So I use My Plus Leads. I'm not going to drop anything on this video today. If you don't have My Plus Leads and you want a 30-day trial where you literally today or tomorrow can start doing this strategy for the next 30 days, drop me a link, ask me for it. I'll give you a 30-day free trial. There's other companies out there, RedX, LandVoice. I love them because I'm getting really good data and it's $59 a month. Guys, $59 a month. I'm getting about 175 to 200 leads now every month with expired Fizbos and pre-foreclosures. So do what you want to do, but this is freaking awesome, right? And I've got the data. So what's the next thing I do? So I just showed you how I went into KV Core, and I'm going to go ahead and do a and look, it even tells me it was sent. There it is. I don't know what that one is, but anyway. It was sent. I just have to refresh the screen. All right, so KV Core, put yourself a really nice email template in there, and 40 times a month, email them. And if you don't get a response, wait about 4 days, email them again. Hey, did y'all see my last email? Right? I mean, whatever. Guys, this is how you win the day. You're trying to get an appointment. So what's the next thing? Those of you that follow me know I use Mailbox Power. I'm going to show you a card that I use right now. To get clients. Now, you can use any card company you want. Send out cards. They're great. We have something in our brokers called thanks.io. I've used them all. This is what I love. I do have a free trial on this. Not going to drop it on you right now. I could care less. Just go find something. But if you want to use what I use and you want my cards, just get on the 14-day trial. I'll give it to you and you're on your way. But I'm not doing a direct mail training today. I'm showing you what I use. Here is the card, guys. Now watch this. When I take this lead, I'm also not only going to put this lead into KV Core, I'm also going to grab this lead and I'm going to make it into a custom contact. I'm going to put that lead directly in my Mailbox Power. So when I've got my card ready, all I have to do is go and find him and send him the card, right? Here's the first card he's going to get. Hey, and so in this case, let's say that I am going to send a card to Java, this guy. I'm going to say, hey, Java, look at the card. For sale by owner, let's talk shop. That's the front of the card. Guys, I just created this in Canva. I mean, you can get as creative as you want. Took me like 5 seconds to upload it. Look at this. Now, in this one, I said 4% commission. You can put whatever you want. You can edit it. You can put 3%. I don't care. Whatever your offer is, if you like the 3% and want to do the double, go for it, right? 4% commission saves thousands. Easy exit listing. Hire me for free program. This you need to see. Access to 100 times more pre-qualified buyers. Cash offer options. Marketing program no other agent's doing. I provide moving boxes. I will clean your home when you move out. If you find a buyer, pay me nothing. These are my offers, guys. That's the card going out to all 41 of the Fizbos. So let's recap. Oh, this is so good. Let's recap. Here is a program literally designed to get you in front of the right prospect. Fizbos. Most of you have been told that you need to call them, cold call them, ask for a 3. Here's the standard script. Hey, this is Kelly with eXp Realty, or this is Jim with Keller Williams Bold, whatever. I noticed your home was listed for sale on Zillow. Are you interested in interviewing some aggressive agents to actually get your home sold? That's cold call number 1. Here's the other one. Hey, my name's Kelly with Hoopy Doopy Brokerage. Are you giving a 3% commission if an agent brings a buyer? Oh, you are? Great. Would you mind if I came and looked at your home on Thursday at 4 p.m. For my buyer? Right? That's what they're getting, like that all day long. That agent ain't got no buyer they're personally working with. They're trying to get into a listing presentation. We're backdooring matter of fact, what I love about this, none of the Fizbos I listed this year did I do any kind of a listing presentation. I didn't do comps. I didn't do any of that. I had an idea of what they needed to sell it for. And yeah, I took a couple that were overpriced and I sold it at or above that and had no issues, right? This is a weird market. And this strategy you really want to be in because of the market being so weird. So guys, let's bring this all down to let's put the icing on the cake and put it to bed. This strategy is for you to literally start to get your listings. All you need is 5 Fizbos and each Fizbo buying another house, and you are between $78,000 and $87,000 a year in income. Question is, how committed are you? Would you do this? Question is, could you get out of your mind that you're offering a low listing commission on this? Remember, you're not doing 1% for the rest of your life. This is a targeted market. These are people saying to you, I don't need you, agent. Why would I want to go in and try to sell him on a 6% listing just because I'm all that? And by the way, I could bring more buyers. Yeah, all of that's important. And I don't downgrade that. I'm talking about immediate cash flow. This is literally, if you think about a ninja, they come in at night in the darkness, black everywhere, and they come in to kill as many as they can, right? They stealthily come in, they kill everybody, and they leave, right? This is what you need to do. You need to have your ninja outfit on. I hate to use the word kill. Y'all know what I mean. You come in here and you basically hunt in the dead of night with your outfit on, and you take your whatever you've hunted and caught, you take it back, and now you eat it, right? That's what this strategy is for. After you get your 70 or 80 grand, and if you do this right, you don't have to do this 12-month long. You could do this very quickly. Once you have that cash flow, guys, you can then adjust your marketing. You can you've got cash now to geofarm neighborhoods. You've got cash now to geofarm for renters. You've got cash now to go ahead and run some Facebook ads, to run some Google ads, to run some YouTube ads. Y'all see where I'm going with this? I'm trying to get cash flow into your pocket. So guys, that's the strategy. When this is done being live, if you want any of those links, I think I'll go ahead and put them on there. You're welcome to try out the My Plus Leads, or go and get RedX or one of the others. You're welcome to go and use Send Out Cards, Thanks.io. I use Mailbox Power. And if you want the 14-day trial, I'll give you some cards to start. Literally, I've got buyer cards, seller cards, Fizbo cards, and I'll give you my new Fizbo card for this that's editable. You can put your logo on it. You can do whatever the freak you want, edit it to your heart's desire. But if you send this card out and you do some emails, Katie bar the door. All right, guys, that's it. I am going to, and for those of you that wanted me to send the links, I'll do it personally to you. I'll drop it on the Facebook private group. Those of you watching on Facebook, I will drop it on the YouTube channel. I'll give you the 30-day free trial to My Plus Leads. You can get Fizbo's like now. I'll give you the 14-day free trial to Mailbox Power. You can literally send out cards today. And come back to me and let me know what you thought about this. Man, I'd appreciate it. When this is done, do the ninja one more favor. Grab the YouTube, not the Facebook. Grab the YouTube URL. Do this for me because I think this training needs to get out there to as many agents as possible. Look, if this were something I had to buy, I'd buy it. That's how good this was, right? Share it on Facebook to the different real estate groups you're in. Share this, especially for agents struggling right now. Those of you part-time, this can change your life, right? And come back and let me know how this has worked for you guys. If there's any questions before I go, I am live on both Facebook, and I see you on Facebook, and I'm live on YouTube. Do you have a question for me before I shut this down? Go ahead and drop it now, because I will address your question live and hopefully answer it. If not, I'll get back to you. I'll give you just a minute to drop me a question live. And if you don't have a question, God bless you. And let me know how this is doing for you guys. I love dropping this stuff on you because I want you to succeed. You know, I know that a lot of you are... Let me ask you this. I just thought about this. How many of you are paying for systems right now that aren't doing jack? I want a yes or no. There's 17 of you watching on Facebook and YouTube. How many of you right now are paying for things and it's absolutely not... Sue... I send that card immediately. Email now, card goes out, card comes in 3 days, email goes out today. How many of you are paying for stuff right now that you're just, either you're not using it, you don't know how to use it, or it's just, you've been using it and ain't nothing going on? How many of you, yes or no, are you doing that? Here's the question. How many of that stuff that you're paying for, I'll give you for instance, Realtor.com, unfortunately it's like $400 a month. It's $4,800 a year for just 40 leads in my area. Not a month, but leads. How much stuff like that are you paying for that you just don't need? And you could take this strategy and implement it like a laser guided bomb, right? And just punch the right client with such a compelling offer. So start looking at what you guys are spending money on now and find out what you can let go to be able to allow you to do this strategy. It'll change your life, right? All right, man, I'm going to go ahead and end it. I appreciate every one of you. Share this video, please. When it's done being live and you've got the YouTube URL, go share this for me. I appreciate every one of you, and I've got some more stuff coming this week, so stay tuned. I am Kelly, the Real Estate Ninja, and I will see you on the next video.